What is going on? Falafel Jr. We are here heading into week 9. I apologize for my mental breakdown last week. Sometimes things get a little hard to handle, and when your team is doing as terribly as mine is, sometimes you just got to hit some shit. So that's what I was doing, and like I said, I apologize. But looking forward, we're in week 9. We've got 5 weeks left of the regular season, which means I was going to talk a little bit about how the relegation is going to work. Once the regular season ends, those remaining 3 weeks still count towards your record and how things will play out into the relegation and who ends up being relegated. So even though you might be in last place at the end of week 13, weeks 14, 15, and 16, if you win those 3 games and end up being record-wise better than somebody else, you are going to be safe. So make sure you don't just stop playing after the playoffs start if you don't make the playoffs, because those final 3 weeks in the consolation bracket, even though that bracket won't necessarily matter, all the wins and stuff will be recorded and all that. So whoever's got the worst record at the end of 16 weeks, and if there's a tie at the lowest amount of points scored, that is the person that will be going down to Falafel Embryo. So I just wanted to make sure everybody was clear on that. And without further ado, we will go forward with the Week 8 awards. So first up, we've got the Higher Than a Kite award. That is going to Gates with 115 points. He gets double digits from 4 of his guys, including almost 30 points from Amari Cooper. Also gets 21 plus points from Jamison Crowder, so pretty good scoring there. Sloppiest girl in the bar is Money Martins this week with 69.6 points. It's mediocre production all around. Only 2 of his starters go into double digits, and -2 from that Minnesota defense is pretty rough. I feel your pain there, buddy. Who Let You In? It goes to Army Dan with his win over Money Martins. Money Martins and I are getting close on a weekly basis as we share our sorrows, and Jetty too. We should form a pity party because we've got some rough luck here. Going forward to the baddest bench goes to Trade Fantasy, 83.2 points, 55.5 from Dak Prescott and Jordan Howard alone. His bench would have beaten Money Martins this week. The Not Even Supposed to Be Here Today award is not going to go to anybody this week because there just weren't too many upsets, although there were a couple that were pretty close, just not quite. Tighter Than a Crowd's Vagina, we had 2 winners that won their game by only 0.1 point. That is freaking ridiculous. So Trade Fantasy and KS44, congratulations on those victories there, fellas. It was close. Milk Was a Bad Choice award. Showcase. Miller over Graham. Had you started Zach Miller over Jimmy Graham, you would have won. And M. Silver, had you started Derrick Henry or Bilal Powell, you would have earned your victory this week as well. So tough luck there. The fucking Chuck Norris award goes to Showcase. 113.4 points, and loses his game. Would have been anybody in the league except for Gates and, of course, his opponent, Trade Fantasy. So looking forward into week 9. We've got the game of the week, which is 6-2 Corey versus 5-3 Slime Sucking Hogs. Some middle ground battles: 5-3 Army Dan versus 4-4 Prophet. 5-3 Hoog versus 4-4 GA17. A couple lopsided matches: 6-2 Trade Silver versus 2-6 Trade Fantasy versus 2-6 M Silver, and 7-1 Gates versus 3-5 KS44. And some bottom of the barrel matches: 3-5 Jacob Niner versus 2-6 Money Martins, 3-5 Showcase versus 1-7 Jetty. So 5 weeks left in the regular season, 8 weeks left in the season altogether. So people playing for playoff seeding, people playing to not drop into Falafel Embryo, really got to start making your moves. Jetty, Money Martins, M Silver, that's you guys, myself included. I'm 2 games behind anybody in our standings in Falafel, so I really got to get going. So good luck to everybody, and I will see you guys next week.